so excited because on Monday we're going to Florida and we're going to Disney. It's been so long since we've been to Disney. It's like 3 years, and much like everybody else, this has been a trip that's been postponed and cancelled and put off, and we've been waiting forever to go. So we can't wait because we're going to Disney. So this is just a quick video to show you about how I plan to do Disney and how I do the packing and organising and things like this. If you are not a type A personality that likes to organise everything, this is not the video for you. I'm not offended. Go away and watch somebody else's. I won't be upset. But if you like to plan, if you like to do things in detail, this might help you. I definitely am a planner. So I plan to within an inch of Disney's life, what is going on all day, every day. And it is my role to do this. And to be honest, I quite enjoy it, but shh, don't tell James, because I tell him it's a very big chore. So anyway, this is going to help anybody that's a compulsive type A planner like me. So before we actually get started on the packing, I just wanted to talk a little bit about hold luggage. So we're flying with Virgin Atlantic in premium economy, fortunately, and their luggage allowance is 2 by 23 kilo bags. So we are going to take 4 bags, 2 bags each, because we're there for 3 weeks and no doubt we will want to bring things back with us. So rather than struggling with a weight allowance, we'll take the 4 bags, we'll check the 4 bags in, and we should be well within weight allowance and things like that then. So yeah, we're going to do that. So James has got the bags down from the loft, so I'm just going to give them a quick wipe over because they've been up the loft full of spiders. They like spiders. So I'm going to give them a quick wipe down with the wipes and just talk to you about really making sure that your luggage stands the best chance of getting back to you that it possibly can, really. So the first thing with luggage that I like, which is the reason I have these bags, is that they are distinctive. There are very few of these bags I have ever seen in any airport anywhere. So pick a bag that's distinctive or make yours distinctive. This is a Roxy bag and I've had this for about, I don't know, 5, 6 years. So yeah, when I see this on the conveyor belt, I know it's mine. The second thing is make sure that you remove any existing baggage tags. This one, if you're anything like me, you get back from holiday, you're so miserable, you take all the stuff out of the suitcase, throw it in the washing machine, and then just throw the suitcase back up the loft. Can't be bothered to deal with it. Too sad and too miserable. So tags stay on. Make sure the tag gets taken off. So there's no decision about where it's going, where it's got to go. This one is not going from Manchester. Well, it is going from Manchester, but it's not going from Manchester to Budapest. I can tell you that much. This is going to Florida with us. So you want to take off any kind of existing tags like that. Now mine has got a space at the back for a luggage tag there for your name and address. The best thing to do is to put your name and address, but you don't need to put your full address. Just put your postcode and your house number, and then a contact number, phone number is really important, so that if your bag does get lost, somebody's going to know where to find it or how to get in touch with you. I would also advise putting your name and address inside the bag somewhere as well. I know lots of people are using the air tags at the minute, and I do think they're a brilliant idea, but I couldn't honestly justify spending £100 for 4 air tags for two trips. I just can't justify it. I'll be singing a different story if my luggage goes missing, won't I? But I'm going to try my best to do everything I can to keep this luggage with us. So, take off any existing baggage labels. Also look for, there isn't one on this bag, but I did spot one earlier that I might have missed. It's actually the same bag because we've got matching bags, because, you know, they're my bags, so I just wanted all the same. But I spotted one earlier up here. It's a little barcode. Make sure you get rid of every single bit of evidence that says you've been somewhere else. This is actually from an old Thomas Cook flight, and they haven't been in business for years, so get rid of them. Don't cause the baggage handlers any confusion. Make sure there are no existing labels or anything else on it. Label it with your name and address. Label it inside with your name and address. Make sure you watch people put them on the conveyor belts when you're checking the bags in. Make sure you watch people put them on the conveyor belts and see that they go. That's as much as you can do. And then just cross your fingers and hope. And make sure any luggage labels you've got with your name and address on the back, your name and address on, are right, that the current details you've got are correct and are up to date. Make sure that your phone number's right, that your address is right. I've even got an email address on this one. Make sure that that's right, so that if the worst happens and your luggage does go missing, you've got a better chance of it getting back to you. Now, I can't do it with these particular bags, which is a bit of a pain, but they look pretty, so if you can and you're allowed to take more than one suitcase, then try, and you haven't got that much to take with you initially, then what you can always do is to put one suitcase inside another suitcase. It just makes it easier for checking in. It's less luggage to potentially get lost, and then you've got that spare suitcase for when you return. So yeah, if you can get a smaller suitcase into your big suitcase, you can pack everything in your little suitcase. It's another good idea to just get one suitcase inside another suitcase, and then it's just less. And this is me trying to explain to Oatcake why he can't go to Disney with us. But he isn't taking it very well. He says he thinks he'd quite like Mickey Mouse. But he can't go. Cute as he is. He's still not allowed. Due to a technical difficulty, and Sarah can't actually do technology, the sound for this video was lost, so I'm adding this as a separate voiceover track, and just hope you'll bear with me. So this is my hand luggage that I've recently purchased from Amazon. It was about £25–30, I think. I was looking at lots of different hand luggage and it was all looking quite expensive. I've tried the hard-sided cases. I just find them quite bulky to get in the overhead lockers, so I was looking for something different. So came upon this backpack, and it's in a nice pale lilac colour with pink straps, and I think we all know by now that I quite like pink. So this is the backpack, and it's got padded bits at the back for support, which actually were very supportive. Little pockets at the back so you can hide things when they're on your back and nobody can get into them. This is a strap for going over your luggage handle, so it sits on top of your case and you can you don't have to have it on your back. And then we've got different pockets at the front. So we've got a pocket here right at the front, and then we have another pocket here that I clearly can't unzip. And this one is a waterproof pocket. This one is the full length of the bag, the full height of the bag, and it's a waterproof material. So if you've got damp swimming costumes or anything like that that you wanted to put in, it wouldn't get any wet into the rest of your bag. And we've got the bottom compartment, which I actually used to put travel plugs in because you could feed the leads through the bottom. It's not meant for that, but I thought that was quite an ingenious little hack, patented by Sarah. Anyway, This bag, this bottom part is for I say it's for trainers, it's not for trainers, it's for any shoes. You can put shoes in there. Again, it's the full height of the bag with ventilation holes so it doesn't smell for the rest of the bag. Then we've got a little compartment on the side, which again, have you noticed, I can't undo things one-handed. It's a troublesome problem. This is why the video keeps getting out of focus. Anyway, insulated bag compartment on the side where you could put a water bottle. Now, I tried this and I couldn't fit any water bottles that I've got in there. That might just be me with excessively large water bottles, but there you go. Main bag compartment that we're looking at now. Yep, the main bag compartment. So you can see there that flappy bit is for, oh, Sarah, that shocking video, is for the trainers. Again, trainers, shoes, that bit. And then we've got a kind of a little pocket there and a net bag if you want to put something secure, pen holder and another little pouch for whatever you want to put in that one. Then underneath the flappy bit, we've got this bit that I think is quite ingenious. So it's a little plug through where you can plug in your power bank into the entire side of your phone and then plug your phone through there. So you can have this on your back and you can walk around and be charging your phone. Airlines will accept this as long as you can remove your lithium battery from the charger, which obviously you can do because it's just a wire and you can just unplug it. So I quite like that. I didn't actually use it, but it's quite a nice feature anyway. Inside the back still, we've got another pocket, which is quite a thin one. And then the final pocket at the back, if I can ever unzip it, is a laptop slash iPad sleeve. It's quite well padded to protect your laptop. Obviously you've got the extra padding at the back, but that bit, the top bit into the interior of the bag is also very well padded. Overall, it's a good sized bag, and I think if you hadn't got any hold luggage, you could easily fit quite a few bits of clothes and things in there. Once again, technology failed for the next few videos. I don't know what happened, but the sound went. Anyway, this is how I start my packing. So I'll put everything out on the bed in piles of where I want them to be. Sorry, little oatcake cat, still determined to go with me. If he can't fit in any kind of luggage, he will fit in a Toiletries bag. Look, you can't see me. I'm not here. Take me to Florida. I want to see the mouse. No oatcake, you can't go. Anyway, so we've got lots of different piles set up in the bed, from hand luggage through to toiletries, through to oatcake, my packing, James's packing, and I've packed everything in the packing cubes, which are the pink and green boxes you can see in front. Now, I didn't used to like packing cubes, couldn't see the value in them, thought my packing was absolutely fine without them. But I must admit, actually, I really like them now. They're very useful. So I can make sure that everything that's James's is packed in the green cubes and everything of mine is packed in the pink cubes. And that way, when we get to the hotel, I can just throw cubes at people and say, that's yours, unpack it. Or don't unpack it, just open the tops and leave them in the drawers, which is what we do, and it's just far easier. You can also get a lot more things in the packing cubes and then just throw the packing cubes straight into your luggage. It just makes it so much easier and it can fit so much more in. So yeah, packing cubes, big win, who'd have thought. Anyway, this is the hand luggage selection, which I'll go through in more details later. Obviously you can see there's also an ear packing cube, vitally important. You must remember your ears. Okay, clearly trying to get into the packing cubes, not succeeding. So I'm going to show you quickly what is the rest of the piles on the bed, apart from the ever useful packing cubes, obviously. So first we're going to look at just kind of miscellaneous sundries pile. So sanitary towels, sorry fellas, A couple of spare pairs of sunglasses for people. This I bought from Blizzard Beach, I think years and years and years ago. It's just a little waterproof case. You can put credit cards in there, a couple of dollars, take it in the pools with you. It's just a useful item to have, really. So that's coming back to Florida with us. The next thing we're going to look at is this very special, cute little bag that I bought from Shop Disney. It's Star Wars, and I love Star Wars, and this is the vintage action figures, which I played with as a kid. Just love this bag. And next we've got a proper grown-up bag in case I go anywhere nice and I can't wear my Star Wars bag. I mean, where would I want to go that I can't wear a Star Wars bag? But anyway, this one, Ted Baker bag, bought it ages ago, haven't used it yet. There it is. And the big bag there, Disney Vacation Club bag, it was a free gift when I joined, and I just used that for beach and the pool, anything like that, because I can just throw it in the washing machine when I get back. So that's the bags I'm taking. This is a lovely little find from Etsy, and it's an ear holder. So when you're on rides and you can't want to take off your ears, like on Big Thunder Mountain or something like that, so you don't lose them, what do you do with your ears? Well, the answer is quite simple. If you can do a press stud up, which I clearly can't here. But anyway, you put your ears in, you do the press stud up, and eventually, because it does work, eventually I just can't do it one-handed. Look at me struggle. It's like watching a child. Come on, Sarah, do the press stud. Come on, there we go. There we go, it's on. So yeah, you can go on the ride with your bag and your ears, all safe and secure. You're not going to lose them. They're not going to fall out. They're not going to fall off at Big Thunder Mountain and you have to go and ring lost and found and things like that. So yeah, little find from Etsy. If you want to know where I got it from, drop me a message and I'll put it in the comments. This one's a 50th one. They do lots of different designs. But I wanted a 50th one. So that's my little ear holder. This is my electricals bag, as I like to call it. So in here is going to be adapters, chargers, cables, anything electrical goes in that bag, and then that goes in the hold, so I know where it is. So also a top tip for you all, I'm sure some of you already do this, is when you go away, there's never enough outlets for plugs, or you haven't got enough adapters. So I always take a 4-way extension with me. This is my one that will be coming with us when I've unplugged it after I finish charging everything. So that will go in the bag, and then you only need one travel adapter to do 4 things. All about the multitasking. So I think that's gone through all the sundries. We've obviously got straighteners there as well. And that's the toiletries. So the first of my toiletries bag, because as you probably can see, I've got 3. This is my first aid specific bag. So in here I've got some deep heat back patches, because both James and myself do suffer with the bad backs. So they're in there. And then I don't know if let's carry on. Savlon and some anti-itching cream in case I get bitten by anything, which I often do. James recently broke his hand, so some tuber grip just to offer him support if he's struggling at all. So that's in there. Then we've got a variety of different tablets. So as I said, I do struggle with IBS. So we've got some Buscopan and some Gaviscon, just in case I have any kind of flare-up. And because I suffer with IBS, some very glamorous laxatives. My favourite. And what is this big pile, Sarah? You have to turn it around so I can see. Oh, I don't know what that big pile was. Paracetamol. It's Mr. Taylor's omeprazole, that's what it was. So James suffers from heartburn, so he gets omeprazole. And there's some Hull Soother tablets, just in case we pick anything up from the plane. Not COVID, but anything else, or the nasty bugs. So this little tin I had free from a packet of sanitary towels years ago, but I use it actually to, if I can open it, again, something else I can't do one-handed, opening tins. I use it to put plasters in. So we've got a variety of different plasters there. We've got some blister plasters and some waterproof plasters, all in different shapes and sizes. It's just a perfect tin to put those kind of things in there, so that goes in there as well. So the next bag is the main Toiletries bag and contains all the usual toiletries you would take or need on holiday. I don't take things like shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, things like that, because I know that the hotels that we're staying at have got those already in the rooms. We're only staying at Disney hotels this time, and Disney used to use, they've just ended the contract, but used to use a company called H2O, which has actually got really good products, and they suit me, they smell nice, and there's no problem with using them, so I can't see the point in taking them. It's just excess carriage, and as you can see, I've already got quite a lot in my toiletry bag, don't need anything else in there. So let's go through what's in there. We've got Mr. Taylor's deodorant, although look, I'm not willing to get that one out. We've got my deodorant. We've got toothpaste, toothbrushes in their travel cases, because nobody likes wet toothbrush in the case. We've got some razors and a hairbrush, which is actually a last minute buy from the airport because I forgot mine. Anyway, nail varnish remover, some perfume, hand cream, because I love hand cream, can't be without hand cream, always, always. We have contact lenses for me, just daily disposables, normally at least 5 or 10 too many, so that if I lose any or any come out in a water park or anything, I don't need to worry. Some cleansing wipes. I haven't got Mr. Taylor's contact lenses yet. Oh, there you go, as if by magic they've appeared. It's almost like you heard me talking about contact lenses. Some cleansing wipes, some cotton buds. I think I bought these from a Disney hotel and just keep topping the packet up. But yeah, cotton buds, always need cotton buds. Some more disinfectant hand wipes, just, in case I need to wipe anything. And then there's the sun cream, so 3 or 4 bottles of sun cream. Most of it is factor 50 because I'm very fair-skinned and tend to burn if I don't put that on. And this is a product I've found recently. If we can go back to it, please, Sarah, that would be lovely. Yep, that's factor 30. That's just for your face. Back to the other product. Yep, that's the one. So this product I found recently, and it's for your hair and scalp. Now I find, particularly in Florida, my scalp burns where the parting is quite easily. So I found this one, haven't tried it yet, and we'll see if it's any good or not. But it's also good for Mr. Taylor, who, I'm sure you can agree, has got an abundance of hair. So he can put that on and we'll see if that works. I don't know if it makes your hair greasy or not. We'll give it a whirl. So this is the makeup and hair bag. It's not a lot in it because I don't tend to wear a lot of makeup anyway, particularly on holiday. So this is my little decadent treat from Charlotte Tilbury. I found this one recently. This is a little travel set. It comes in this super cute little case. It's on a little vanity mirror, and basically it's everything that you need for your holidays. So if we focus in a little bit, you can see it's got a highlighter, this one, and it's got a lip and cheek, so blusher and lips, and also a little tiny wand for your eyes. So this is another little find that I'm loving at the moment. It's another Charlotte Tilbury. It's Unisex Healthy Glow All Year Hydrating Summertin Moisturizer, and you just put it on and it just makes your skin look a little bit glowy and dewy and healthy. It comes out grey out of the tube, and I don't know if it's got pigments that alter according to your skin tone or whatever, so it comes out that colour. Put a bit too much on, that was a bit wasteful. And then obviously you rub it in, and as you're rubbing it in, it changes. It's magic. You can see there, but it's just a nice healthy glow. Those three will go in the hold luggage. You could put them all in one toiletries bag if you've got a bag big enough, but I just like to keep them separate because then I know where everything is and I can just grab it quickly. Also, that was what I meant to say about the packing cubes, was we are having quite a few hotel changes this holiday. So when you've got the packing cubes, it's easier to do like a split stay, because if you're just in a hotel for a couple of nights, you don't need to unpack everything. You can just literally throw the cubes into the wardrobe, leave them there, and then they're packed up, and you're just not taking the time or whatever to unpack. So yeah, that was the other thing on packing cubes. Right, hand luggage. So we'll go through what I pack in my hand luggage. So first off, over here, being charged up, iPad. We're flying, as I say, we're flying with Virgin. They do have quite a good entertainment offering on board. There's a couple of films I've looked at for September that I would already quite like to watch. But you can never guarantee that your screen will be working, that all the screens will be working, that you don't get a defective one, that something goes wrong. So I am going to download some films or programs or something from Netflix or Prime or Disney Plus or whatever, download them onto the iPad, and then if the worst happens, I've got something I can watch, something to do. Next, I know we don't need them anymore, but you never know. So, pack of disposable face masks, just in case. Hope not to use them, but just in case. Then we've got medication that I need to, well, I don't need to take on the plane. I would hope I don't need it on the plane, but I may need on the plane. So, as I said, suffer with IBS. So we've got some Imodium and some Buscopan and some Gaviscon. I also got a pack of ibuprofen and a pack of paracetamol, because they don't really take up much room, and you know, you never know. I've also then got my prescription medication, which is there. Always pack your prescription medication in your hand luggage. If your luggage does go missing, then you've got your prescription medication. You haven't got to panic. So, prescription medication. Packet of chewing gum, just because I like chewing gum. Then we've got our pre-packed toiletry bag. Don't be that person at the airport that has to rummage about finding liquids. Get yourself a bag and pack it before you go. So this has got my liquids in it. There's not a lot. I've got some anti-bac wipes for on the plane if I want to wipe down the tables or the armrests or anything. Spare pair of contact lenses, some hand sanitizer, lip balm, Sudafed nasal spray, because I find my nose gets blocked up really easily on a plane, and there's nothing more miserable than being sat and, you know, not being able to blow your nose. And some hand cream, because as I've said before, I like hand cream. So at the minute, that's what's in my liquids bag. Then we've got a packet of tissues. We've got an old magic band that is still active. I checked on my Disney Experience app, and it says this magic band is active. So we have ordered the new Magic Band Plus bands, and they should be at Old Key West waiting for us when we arrive. However, just in case there's any problems, I wanted to bring this one with me. It doesn't weigh anything, it's not going to take up any room, so that's going in the hand luggage as well. Then we've got a packet of cards. Then we've got a little power bank. It goes in there, and sunglasses for when I get to the other side in the Florida sun. Compression socks will go in my hand luggage, and I won't put them on until I'm actually sitting on the plane, because I don't find them particularly comfortable. So compression socks. This is a very light, let's call it an acupressure ball. So as I've said, struggle with a bad back, sitting for a long time, not great. So pack this little very light ball, and then I can put it behind my back or on my bottom or anywhere, and just use it to, you know, lightly massage anywhere, or act as a kind of pressure reliever. So that's a good one. Then we've got, again, excessive AirPods and Beats headphones. You don't need to take two, but I find AirPods don't stay in my ears very well. They fall out quite a lot, so I'm taking them. But I think probably for watching anything on my iPad on the plane, it'll be the Beats that I use, and they are more noise cancelling than the AirPods. So that's those. Then we've got the DJI Pocket camera, a notepad, and then here the important stuff. So one little purse, which has got driving licenses and credit cards, and what else have we got? Things like that. Oh, I have also just packed both our Merlin passes, because there are a couple of Merlin attractions in Orlando, and we can get a discount with those. I don't know if we're actually going to use them, but I'd rather have the cards than not. And also you can get a discount in the Lego store at Disney Springs if you show your cards, so they're there as well. Next we've got my little trusty treasured travel folder, which I take everywhere with me on holiday. I've had it for years, and we just take it absolutely everywhere. So it's got a little section for passports. I've got my passports in there. We've got a pen in there. Pen is a really handy thing to have. Quite often need a pen on an airplane. So pen in there. We've got insurance documents in there. We've got some dollars in there, and just some other cards. It's a very old Landry's card, and Virgin flying cards, and very old and completely out of date DVC cards, which you now can't use because we're all digital. But I like my little travel folder, and it means when I'm at the airport and I'm rummaging around for my passports, I can just rummage for this and I know they're in there. So travel folder. And then this is my documents folder. So in this one I've got everything I need for everything really. I organise it in how I will need it. So everything that I need first goes first. So we've got the car parking, and then we've got the actual flight tickets that I'll need to do check-in. We've got COVID passes for both myself and James. Then we've got the attestation form from Virgin. I did print it, and we're going to fill one each in for us. Now I have filled in the one online, and that's been accepted, but you never know. I would rather be prepared and just get everything sorted, so we're going to have that as a standby just in case. The same with the COVID passes, we did use Virgin's Verifly and uploaded everything onto there, so everything should be there, but just in case, I would rather have paper backups. Then we've got our Esther proof. Again, don't need it, but would rather have it. So that's all that. We've got, oh, papers going everywhere and out of order. Then we've got the next thing which we would need after check-in, which would be our fast tracks through security. And then we've got our lounge booking. So that's everything that we would need for this side of the airport. And then for when we land, we've got our Alamo car hire skip the counter paperwork, and we've got our excess insurance policy if the car hire company needs to see that, and all the details of what's included and what's not there. Our SeaWorld Orlando passes and our Howlow Scream tickets, and you know, just any other bits that we've booked and we need. So that all goes in the document folder, and it's in the order that I will need it, so I don't have to be rummaging through paperwork. Also in my hand luggage that I just realised I've packed, so I need to unpack. I also always at least put a swimming costume in the hand luggage, and that way if I get there and all the luggage has gone missing, I can at least go swimming. If nothing else, I can go and have a swim. So I always make sure that we've got swimming costumes and swimming trunks in each of the hand luggage, which I now need to go and find the swimming packing cube and take out one of the swimming costumes because I haven't done that. So there you go. James's hand luggage consists of, he doesn't have very much in his hand luggage because he leaves everything to me. So we've got a travel Scrabble, we've got James's omeprazole, we've got a flight mask and his iPad. And at the moment, that's all there is in his hand luggage. He travels lighter than me. I come with lots of baggage. He doesn't. I will probably put a charging cable in there and a plug as well that I can use in the lounge and also on board the plane. So yeah, I think. Oh, and a book. I haven't selected a book yet, so that will be done later today, and I'll have a book as well. This is my big list. It's a very big list and I can't get back enough to show you. Let me go around from this angle instead, because it takes up the entirety of a wardrobe door. That's my big list and I love it. So this is my packing list, and it's split between myself and Jay. And it just means once I've packed, I can mark off all these things with a great sense of satisfaction because I love a list. And it also means that I'm not up in the middle of the night going, ah, I forgot to pack the straighteners. Oh, I forgot to pack contact lenses. So this has been a list I've developed over a few years. And it just means I just update it every now and again, and it just means that I don't have to worry about it. I can just follow this and pack away. Also things that I've yet to do. Photocopy the passport just so I've got a copy in case it gets lost. Paint my nails, obviously very important. API is done, so I can now tick that off. But yeah, just things to do, things to buy. They should all be ticked off by today. And then this is my big cleaning list. You know, you have to clean the house. What if burglars break in? You don't want them thinking you live in a dirty house. So yeah, that list, as we scroll down, you can see it's beautifully ticked off. I love it. It's all done. The house is clean. Yay. So that's all the packing on the bed, ready to go. And just like that, the packing is done. So I'm just going to talk you through how I plan our family holidays to the magical world of Walt Disney World in Florida. As I said before, I am a very, very compulsive planner. So if you're not one of those type people and like to wing it, then this isn't the video for you, because I'm the total opposite. So the first thing I would do would be to look at when we could go, when we wanted to go, what time of year, when everybody can get holidays, are there any kind of events that we want to take into account? Do we want to be there for Christmas? Do we want to be there for Halloween? Do we want to be there when it's busy? Do we want to be there when it's quieter? Do we want the weather to be stiflingly hot, so much so that you stand outside and feel like you've been in a shower because the humidity is so high? Do we want the weather to be unpredictably seasonal, sometimes very cold? So we look at all those things and we come up with a rough idea of when we would like to be there. Once we've done that, we can start looking around and finding the best deals. And because we are members of Disney's Vacation Club, we only ever book a fly drive or flights and a car. We tend to book a fly drive because that way it's classed as a package holiday, so you get more protection, and also the ability to pay just a deposit and then pay the rest however many weeks before it's due. I think it's 10 weeks, which suits us better. If you just book a flight only, then obviously the flight is payable in full at the time. And like most other people, we don't always have the money to do that, so we like to book it as a fly drive, although the price of car hire has become extortionate and we may be looking not to do that the next time we go. Once we've decided on dates and we've made a booking and we've got everything sorted, then we will start to look at other things like hotels. Because we are DVC members, we have a home resort and we can book that home resort at 11 months out and any other resort at 7 months out, so that limits us as to when we can actually book the hotels, but 11 months out we will generally start looking for the hotels. Once we've done that, then I will come up with a rough kind of spreadsheet, and in conjunction with booking the days for Disney's Reservations, which is still going to be around until at least 2024. So you do need to book all your Disney park days in advance, and at busy times, if you don't, you do run the risk that you wouldn't get the reservation that you wanted. Even if you'd got tickets, it still wouldn't get you into the park. So reservations need to be done. They can be done as soon as possible. So get your Disney tickets, get your park reservation dates booked in, and that provides us with kind of a rough kind of idea or plan of where we want to be on what day. I would also look at this point if there were any non-Disney special activities that we wanted to do. Are there any American football games, ice hockey, rodeos, anything like that that we want to factor in? So I would start to put them in, and I'll also start to think about if there's any kind of dining that we would want to do, although it can't be booked until 60 days before. Let's start thinking about it and making a rough kind of plan of where we want to be on what days, because that might influence the Disney reservations. This is my first initial Excel spreadsheet, and it's just a rough plan of what we want out of the holiday. So you'll see this one says September 2021. That was when we were originally supposed to be going. So so it just gives the dates when we'll be there, and it gives a rough idea of when I think I would like to visit each park. I tend to look at parks visiting the parks on a historically quieter day if possible. So Magic Kingdom is normally busiest over the weekend and on a Friday because people come for a long weekend, on a Monday because people leaving on a long weekend will still be there on a Monday. So a Tuesday is a good day for Magic Kingdom, and so on and so on. Then I'll look at where we want to stay, and then I will look at what I think the park hours for the time of year that I'm going will roughly be. Park hours historically tend to be similar year on year, so I can put them in and have a vague rough idea of what I think they will be. The next thing I'm going to look at is when I think extra magic hours will be, or extended magic hours. So at the moment, magic hours are for all Disney resort guests at any hotel is half an hour early in the mornings. Guests staying at a deluxe resort get an extra 2 magic hours in the evening on selected evenings. So for at the moment, Epcot deluxe guests extra magic hours is on a Monday, and Magic Kingdom for the same is on a Wednesday. So although that could change at any time, I'll put that in just as a rough guide. Then I'm going to look at if there's any other events on that I know of, that I'm aware of, on any of the any special parties or festivals or cast parties or anything else like that. So times when the Food and Wine Festival is on, for example, Epcot gets very busy at the weekend. Now, you either like that or you don't. I quite like a nice atmosphere, so you can see we've put Epcot in for a Saturday because the locals come out to party, but I don't mind that. But if you don't like crowds, you might want to avoid that day. So for this one, we've put in, it's Halloween, so I've already filled in what days the party will be on. Now you might want to avoid the party days, you might want to go to the park on the party days. The pros being that if you go on a party day, Magic Kingdom is probably going to be significantly quieter because the opening hours are shorter and people want the full value out of their day ticket. So they're probably going to prefer to go on a day when the opening hours are 9 AM till 10 PM in the evening, rather than 9 AM to 6 PM in the evening. I would suggest that unless you are desperate to see the fireworks, you perhaps give Magic Kingdom a whirl on a party day because the crowds are historically significantly lower. The next column I'm going to look at is if there's anything else that I want to do and what day I think I would like to do them on. So for this one, we've got like Howler Scream at SeaWorld. It could be anything, it could be a football game or whatever that you want to do. And then lastly, I'm going to look at dinner reservations that I want to, or I'd like to make, and what day I want them roughly to be on. And that way when dining reservations open at 60 days, those hard to get, I'm looking at you Topolinos, I'm looking at you Space 220, those hard to get reservations you can just go straight on and just go bang 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 bang, this day, this time, done. So this second sheet is a progression from the first sheet. I've still kept the first sheet, that's there, and the second sheet is here. Again, shows all the dates that will be there, but instead of having which hotels and things like that, I'm looking specifically for meals, costs, where I'm going to be in the morning, where I'm going to be in the afternoon, where I'm going to be in the evening. But in order to budget, because nobody's got an infinite supply of money, or if they have, then I would like to meet them and, you know, move in with them. But it enables me to help budget for what I want, and then to decide if I can afford to do that dining reservation or I need to calm down and just think about it and think it's just theme park food and move on. So this one's got, again, all the dates, where we'd like to eat for breakfast. the restaurants, and if you look online on the My Disney Experience app, you can see all the menus, so you can get an idea of the approximate cost, what they would be. And I've just converted this back into pounds, so it's just easier for me to budget. These are the park reservations that I've definitely made. And as you can see from the first sheet, every day is not a Disney day. And these are lunch reservations that are definitely booked with their appropriate reference number and the approximate cost. Same for afternoon, same for evening, same for dinner. So by the end of this sheet, I have an approximate cost of how much eating out at specific restaurants is going to cost, and where we will be on each day at approximately what time. So my final sheet looks something like this one, which is far more colourful, far more entertaining, and also takes far more time to complete. And when I say I like planning, this is me liking planning. This may be far too in-depth for some people, but it just helps me to know where I am and what I want to do, so I don't waste any time, because Florida is not a wasting time holiday. So again, this is just broken down along the top into the days that we're there, and then down the side, because I am barking mad, into 15-minute time intervals. I did try doing it with just hour intervals, but it wasn't detailed enough for me, and it was just far too WotZdy. So it's 15 minutes increments. So if we look, for example, at Tuesday the 6th of September, you can see I've got us staying in bed until 7:15. Now when I say staying in bed, I don't actually mean staying in bed, I just mean we're in the room, we're getting ready, whatever else. But we need to be at the bus stop to Magic Kingdom by 7:30. So I know that on Tuesday the 6th, we have to be getting ready to be at the bus stop at 7:30, because I want to be early entry in Magic Kingdom by 8:30. Disney buses, transportation, Skyliners, boats, whatever else are a great perk to staying on property, but it's not always incredibly fast for them to get there. The buses run as well as they can, but with staff shortages and everything else, they're not as regular as they used to be. So I'm allowing an hour for every bus journey and things like that to get to the park. So if I want to be there for 8:30, I'm going to get the bus at 7:30. I'm going to be at the bus stop for 7:30. There's nowhere on Disney property takes an hour to get to, but it might take half an hour for the bus to arrive at the bus stop. It might take, depending on where you're staying in Disney, it might take 20 minutes for the bus to go around the resort and pick up at all the different bus stops. So I want to make sure that I'm allowing as much time as I can in that early entry to make the most of it. So an hour for each of the bus things. Then I'm going to put things like breakfast in there, and I'm going to again put down where the buses are, how long it's going to take me and things like that, and I'll do that every day for the entire length of stay. And it allows me to see at a glance where I've got blocks of time available. So anything with a big white block is I've got time available, and I can put another activity in. Now lots of these things are not going to take the amount of time that I've devoted to them, but that's not a problem. It's fine if it doesn't take as long, it doesn't take as long. It gives me more time in the park, or anything else really. So that's what I do on there, and it's got all the dining on and the ride selections, and like if I want to do the food and wine festival, that's going to be in this block of time. And I know it seems a bit military, and it seems a bit excessive, and my husband would say it was a bit excessive as well. But it helps me, and I know when everything is going on, and I know we have a lot of the same information on the My Disney Experience app, but the My Disney Experience app is really confusing at the moment. So they've just done an update, and instead of showing you how many people are going in the park, they put them each as individuals. So because I'm sharing this reservation with our daughter, who's linked to my account, then I see all her plans and I see all my plans, and it sometimes just takes a while to work out who's going to which restaurant and who's going to which park, and it's just at the minute it's messy and it's confusing. I do then have a final spreadsheet with costs on, where I just keep track of all the costs, so I'll keep track of what the airfare costs and the car hire and any other tickets that I need to buy, airport parking, anything like that goes into another spreadsheet, and reference numbers go in there when it's booked, and if it's I put down it whether I've just paid the deposit or I've paid in full. If I've just paid the deposit, how much is outstanding and what date it's due to be paid by, just so I can keep on top of where everything goes, because Florida isn't a cheap holiday, and you just need to keep an eye on the expenses. So that's really it for planning. As I say, I enjoy the planning. I think it's part of a Disney holiday, and have you ever been to Disney if you haven't planned? Disney does require planning, I think, to get the best out of it, with Genie Plus and everything else that goes on, booking your park days. It's really not a holiday that you can wing it, certainly not when it's busy, not if you want to enjoy yourselves and get the most out of Disney. That's what I feel anyway. So that was that really. So that's how I plan our holidays. If it can help you, then it can help you. If you think I'm talking a load of old tosh, then fairly dues, ignore it. But that's all for now. Thank you for joining me, and the next vlogs will be with myself and James, and maybe a few special guest appearances by other family members. And we will see you on travel day, and then we'll see you on what's in Florida.